What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going down? What's shaking? Welcome to another episode of Super Black Comic Book Reviews by Jonathan Soul. And we have another groovy comic for you this episode. We're talking about Yohance and the Ekangeni Crystal, that's how I'm going to say it, by Paul Louise-Julie. Now, this is one of the books and artists that I've spoken with a couple of times. Fantastic brother, wife, baby, tremendous artist. Last time I talked to him, he had this book out. He was working on number 2, which I have in PDF form. I'm not sure if you can get the print right away. You might have to wait a little bit. Check the website, I don't know, a couple of days ago, and I was unable to get the print. But as you can see, we're in space. This is a space opera type book, and it's something that I think every family should have in their collection. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see here. So right now, we're gonna get introduced to Yohance. He's our character. He's the hero of this myth, and he's just waking up from a long nap, as you can see. His I guess it's an android, Chubba Wubba. He just woke him up. Hey, Chubba, activate. And he's getting ready to go on this heist. I don't want to tell you everything that's going on because I want you to buy the book. I got this book from MidasMonkey.com, MidasMonkey.com, and it's Midas Monkey, and it's 2 E's in monkey. And at the time of this recording, I think it's around $6 or so, 6-ish. And he has 3 issues at the time of this recording. So I got one in print. I actually got a couple, but you know, I buy some, give them away, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, caution for you collectors out there. Don't give all your stock away. You should probably know that already, but because a lot of times you end up in this situation where I bought, you know, I think maybe 2 or 3 of Yohance, gave away one. And went to go do the same thing with number 2, and doggone it, I can't get the print right now. It's only PDF. So I can only get print for one, and I think number 2, which is this, and number 3 is not in print. And as wonderful as digital comics are, I'm an old school guy. I like to have it in my hand. You know what I mean? So anyway, so we go into it. He wakes up. You can see that Paul likes to use a lot of West African kind of themes in his ship design, and you'll see as we go into this. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This reminds me of Bespin. Is it Bespin City? Bisbin? Remember in what was it, Empire Strikes Back, when Lando Calrissian was managing the city? This almost looked like the African version of that. So these buildings are floating or whatever. These other interesting structures are floating instead of clouds. You know, you see these like, what do you call these guys? Jellyfish type thing. And look at this, it's a mining planet. It wasn't Bespin, like a mining planet for something gas. I forget the name of it, whatever. But anyway, so there's a particular crystal, right? The Ekangeni Crystal. And so he's planning, he's fixing to get it, as they would say in the country. And of course, he has to prep. You know, he goes through, he puts on his suit, he puts on his beats. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing there. So it's really, it looks like beats. It's really technical apparatus that helps form the helmet, kind of a thing. And he goes through here. I really love the use of lighting. So when you get in here, it's a very red, you know, kind of a thing. It almost looks like, you know, like on Star Trek, you know, when they go red alert, you know, have the boop boop, everything is in red kind of thing. It has that kind of feel to it. And so he goes through, he jumps out the ship, as you can see, because they located, you know, the object, that crystal, and he forms like this little, I guess like an energy surfboard kind of a thing. And he's scanning, and as you can see, he's able to cop where the crystal is, and then you see these kind of Iron Man kind of inspired readouts. and things go forward and so forth. There are things that are happening and things like that. And then you can see, you can see this kind of thing. And so, of course, there's some struggles, there's some problems, whatever that happens. And, eventually there comes a resolution. I'm not going to tell you why, because I want you to go to MidasMonkey.com and I want you to buy this book. So anyway, so that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. Now, there's a certain, amount of action, whatever that happens in here. This young lady kind of gets explained in there. And by the way, if you listen to my interviews, you'll find out who this woman is. Who the character is who the woman that inspired the character, kind of a thing. All right, so let me just look at this digital real quick. Hopefully it's not too much glare. So we go. And I just wanted you to get a little bit of taste of the graphics, because this is just a continuation of that story. But I just wanted you to get a taste of the graphics, kind of a thing. I mean, obviously this guy's being hoisted up off his feet. There's a problem. We stole no crystals. This is a cargo ship. We're in industrial supply run to Mbane or something like that. So you can see what's happening. Whoa. I got to read this again. I don't remember seeing this. Okay. All right. Look at these laser things happening and so forth. Each book, I think, is around 23 to 26 pages, full of action. But the strong point of these books is just the artwork. The artwork is strong. The stories are good. And another reason why I want you to support Midas Monkey is because of all the other things he has going. He actually has last time I talked to him, and this is a couple of years ago, he was working on teaching himself animation. And maybe he was collaborate with some folk or whatever. But, so this is going to eventually become a film, whether it's going to be live action animation eventually. And that's the case with most creators that I talk to. When you listen to my episodes, go to jonathansoul.com, go to @jonathansoul, or, on Twitter, or not Twitter, SoundCloud or iTunes. You'll find that most of the creators have a motion picture in their mind, and these are just the storyboards. I mean, I would say 80%, maybe more, of the people I talk to, see this comic thing as a stage, as a stepping stone to a motion picture, which is interesting, because when I looked at comics as a kid, motion pictures were the farthest thing from my mind, because the images in the books and the text and everything was so real. We had that film playing in our head. You know what I mean? Of course, back then, they didn't really have CGI, so there was never a thought of actually seeing, a decent live action. But anyway, he also has these other projects in the works, which I want to show you real quick. So coming soon. Now I think this book may be coming out on the website. This looks like a Conan Barbarian type vibration. Hold on for a second. This is just a useless prop. I'm sorry, y'all. And let's see here. Vor, it's like a mechanical world and kind of a thing. There's some kind of struggle stuff going on. The Pact is is the book that I first got introduced to Paul on. He started this 3-book series about Egyptian werewolves back in the day, like Nubian and Egyptian and all that kind of stuff, and werewolves. Very, very, very good concept. Dwarves, which I love a lot. This is really cool. Kind of has a Lord of the Rings-y kind of feel. Kush, I'm not sure where that is in the production cycle. And of course, he has merchandise. And I think one of the things that makes my show unique, not absolutely, but one is I really am a fan of these people's work. So, reaching over, guess what this is, yo? You're like, you bullshit. No, I'm not bullshitting, man. This is one of the first, look at this. What's that? Is that Yohance? You say, I didn't know they made it in the XXX. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man, this is the Yohance t-shirt. Yeah, man, don't wear it in the summertime. Good God Almighty, to burn you up. But no, I'm just truthful. But yeah, so this is a beautiful thing. It's probably fit to be framed or whatever. And one thing about it, it goes all the way around. That's one thing I love. That's quality. It goes all the way around. It's not, you know what I mean, kind of a thing. So yeah, so definitely, I'm not telling you something I don't do now. Support Yohance. When I talk to him, it's just him, his wife and little baby, and he told me one time he was drawing and he fell asleep at the drawing board. And I think the baby came and woke him up or something and took the stylus out of his hand. And he kind of, you know, the way he told it, it almost felt like one of those moments. What was that? Wolf and Cub or something? You got to choose between the sword and the toy. You know what I mean? It's like he chose the sword. So anyway, support this brother. Go over to MidasMonkey.com and pick up the print. Or if I can get rid of these pop-ups, you can pick up the PDF. And the art is dope. The story is dope. And Paul is a real student of history. So you'll see, my warranty is about to expire. You'll see a lot of, it'll be a lot of good stuff in there for you. All right. All right, then, y'all. You know we about it over here. Go support this brother. Hope our dreams come true. Go to Jonathan Soul, where you can hear interviews with the artists and writers and illustrators. And you'll also hear other people tangential to this, right? So voiceover artists, game developers, some filmmakers about, you know, their life, their creative work, and I sneak a little politics in there. All right. All right, then. Peace.